Yes, ma'am. What? Okay, we're gonna go outside and do it. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will call the Rules and Appointment Committee meeting to order for May the 7th. Ms. Carrillo, if you will, please call the roll.
Teratio,
Here.
Weaver,
Here.
Barron.
Here.
We have a quorum.
And I'd just like to state for anyone who's watching here on YouTube or Facebook, we apologize for our tardiness, but County Council's doing some work today. We've running over, but we're taking care of some good business and getting some things resolved. So we apologize for us being late. And so with that, we'll move to our next item, which is the approval of minutes. Does anyone have any revisions that need to be included in our minutes?
Madam Chair, move to approve.
Second.
Carrillo?
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Its order of business is adoption of the agenda. Ms. Carrillo, do we have any modifications to our agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair. Candidate number 4CA, Sierra Harris, has withdrawn her application. A.
So just for the record, then that would mean 4CB will now be 4CA, which is Nicole Cook. Dexter Harrison will be B, and Kimberly Corley McLeod, is that right, McLeod? Will be C. And then Church Hayward will be D, and Deborah Douglas will be E. Any other changes?
No other changes.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second. Ms. Carrillo?
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Our next order of business is to conduct interviews for the following organizations, and that is Accommodations Tax Committee, where we have 4 vacancies, Hospitality Tax Committee, where there's 4 vacancies, Historic Columbia Board, 2 vacancies, and the Planning Commission, which has 2 vacancies. We'll need to go into executive session to conduct these items. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Carrillo?
Teratio, Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved. We good.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Just like to remind everyone who might have been listening in that we went into executive session to conduct interviews for the Accommodation Tax Committee, Hospitality Tax Committee, Historic Columbia Board, as well as the Planning Commission Board. At this time, we are ready to move forward with our appointments, and so we'll take them one at a time. And I'll entertain a motion for 4A, which is Accommodations Tax Committee. We have 4 vacancies and 1 applicant who also, I'll remind everyone that this applicant also applied for 4B, which is the Hospitality Tax Committee. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair,
You recognize?
so just I guess a point of clarification, if I can ask. So for the Accommodations Tax Committee, we have 4 vacancies, and then we list out the various applicants must have a background in lodging, 2 must have a background in hospitality, and 1 cultural background. And then for B, we have 2 vacancies, and they both must be from the restaurant industry. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And I guess a question regarding that is, does Ms. Felder meet the requirement that for hospitality tax that for the restaurant industry?
I would agree with you there.
Okay. So perhaps Ms. Felder would be a better fit for the Accommodations Tax Committee?
Is that a motion?
I would make a motion to appoint Ms. Felder to the Accommodations Tax Committee.
I will second that motion.
Discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Carrillo?
Teratio,
Yes?
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
And I want to pause just for a moment. So we need to make some modifications to our minutes that we previously voted on. And so with that, I'll entertain a motion to reconsider the approval of our minutes.
Move to reconsider minutes.
Second, any discussion? This motion is to move to reconsider the minutes from March 19th, 2024. Ms. Carrillo?
Teratio,
Yes?
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
So with that, now I'll entertain a motion to make revisions to our minutes to reflect removing item 4,
Appointment.
E?
4B,
Those minutes?
to remove the appointment for 4B from those minutes. So moved.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion?
I'd just like to note for the record, I'm just going to have to trust y'all on this. Let's move forward.
Ms. Carrillo?
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
So we are back to item 4C, which is the appointment for the Historic Columbia Board. There are 2 vacancies. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion if Mr. Ratio is not quite ready.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, I'll make a motion to reappoint Mr. Church Hayward, the incumbent, and the last applicant, Ms. Deborah Douglas.
Second. Any discussion?
Yes. So, Madam Chair, I want to just state that this was, I stated it in executive session, but I want to state it out here that we really are dealing with a little bit of an embarrassment of riches here as it comes to applicants. And I also stated that I do believe that it is because of the good work and the strong reputation that Historic Columbia has. So I'm so glad that so many people wanted to be part of this board. I will say that I agree that both of the people named in the motion are strong applicants because they have experience within Historic Columbia, both in being on the board and being part of the advisory board, and have really good insights as to the work that they have ahead of them as it pertains to the new director. I also just want to make a statement around the one of the other applicants came in particularly strong with background, and that I would hope that people would not be disappointed or discouraged from trying to be involved in the future and maybe apply for the advisory board or Palladium or something like that, because we do continue to need good people serving in these roles.
And so I would agree with you, Ms. Terracio, and it was this slate of applicants were highly qualified, and to that point, just for the record, to state that once the clerk's office reaches out to, they reach out to all the applicants and encourage them to either, they can withdraw their application or they can stay on file. If they stay on file and we get another vacancy, then they come back before us, not necessarily in an interview, but they'll be placed back on our agenda to be considered for an appointment. And just, Ms. Carrillo, I don't have to tell you how to do your job, but definitely this is one of those boards that we really need to make sure we do that, because this group was amazing. So if there isn't any further discussion, I'll entertain Ms. Carrillo, call for the vote.
Terratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
And so our next appointment is for the Planning Commission. There are 2 vacancies here and 3 applicants. I'll entertain a motion.
I'm sorry. So moved. Oh, I'm sorry. We're on
A motion. I need
motion.
a motion.
Okay. Madam Chair, we move to appoint, reappoint Terrence Taylor and, well, how about that? I'll just stop there. Move to appoint Terrence Taylor.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Carrillo.
Terratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
We have 1 additional appointment. I'll entertain a motion. I'll make the motion and we can have a discussion. I move to reappoint Beverly Frierson. If it's seconded, we can talk about it.
I'll second it for discussion.
We're open for discussion, Ms. Terracio.
Thank you. So some of my hesitancy, and I see that Ms. Frierson is the incumbent. I guess what some of my hesitancy is just around perhaps the circumstances of this situation. I don't know if we were dealing with technological issues, or can something be shared a little bit about what has happened? Thank you.
So to that point, we received notification from the planning staff that the wrong link was given out, and help me if I'm incorrect. That there was a wrong link that was given out. Therefore, the applicant was unable to apply, and unable to meet the deadline. And that is what I received here. I do see Mr. Price is in the building. I'll be more than happy to have him come before us if he wants to provide any insight. I know we're talking about Ms. Frierson and that situation as far as her application is concerned.
Madam Chair, if I may, Mr. Price, sorry to put you on the spot. I know you were just passing through, but
Sorry.
we were just, wondering around about the circumstances of that, and if you could share.
Yes, I know upon notice that we had a couple of our members whose terms were either about to expire or expiring. I did reach out to them by email, and I sent them the link to reapply. And I did get a call back later on from Mr. Taylor. You know, he stated that it didn't work. He couldn't get it to work. And so I was able to provide them with new links, and then I followed up with Ms. Frierson as a reminder. And I think she had gotten the old link also that didn't work. But when I spoke to her, she said she was going to apply immediately. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
Thank you, Mr. Fryer. Mr. Price, thank you so much, and sorry to put you on the spot. That's what happens when you come to chambers. So any further discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Carrillo?
Teratio?
Yes.
Weaver?
Yes.
Barron?
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, so in the sake of time, which we are over by 15 minutes, just want to bring to your attention items 5, which is there for information, boards and commission and committee advertisement. You can find that schedule on page 9, as well as all the applications that are presently on file on pages 10 through 11. With that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second, Ms. Carrillo.
Teratio?
Yes.
Weaver?
Yes.
Barron?
Yes,
Motion approved.
we're adjourned. Thank you.